Hello guys, today I'll give you a breakdown of my first setup in 2025. Also, before the video ends, I'll talk about the giveaway. We have three $12,000 challenges, so stay tuned to find out. Now here's my first setup this year. I had a bullish trade on CADJPY. It was a winner, as you can see, and I did secure some profits on this trade. However, there were a couple of challenges. Not everything happened the way I expected while the trade was running, and I'll share that later in the video. Before we start the breakdown, it definitely feels nice to start the year with a winner. The last time I was in the markets was end of October. So November and December I did not execute any single setup. But of course I was following up with the charts, looking at my system and how it was performing. I think the last update was this video where I talked about October being my losing month. I was down about 3% in October. November I didn't trade at all, but my month was a break even assuming I had taken setups. And in December my system returned about 6%, but I wasn't executing. So that means from October, this losing streak of 3%, it's when I'm starting to recover right now in January because I've not been in the markets. At the same time, I have a couple of accounts, so I'm not taking trades across all accounts at the same time. I try to be very selective with some trades. I'm also thinking of incorporating different pairs for different accounts because of some rules and changes which I've come across in prop firms. And on that note, let me introduce you to Prop Firm Match. This is the best website in terms of assisting you to select your Prop Firm challenge. So I often get the question of what Prop Firm challenge should I start with? And instead of just giving you my opinion, it's better for you to select your Prop Firm based on valid information, and Prop Firm Match provides that solution. If you come to their website, we have a couple of features, but I'll just highlight the most important ones. The first thing, you can compare firms. So when you come to this page, you have the ability to compare across different firms, whether it's Forex, futures, stocks, crypto, indices, even commodities. You can also try to filter. Let's say you're looking for a 50k or a 100k account size. You can select that, whether you want an instant funding, 1, 2-step, 3-step, then you click on search. And just like that, you find a list of different firms which suit the criteria you're looking for. The next feature is the reviews. When you come here, you can find the trading conditions across different firms. So if you want to compare to know which company has the best trading conditions in the industry, here's the list, here's the rating, and all the reviews here, it's important to note that they are from funded traders. Every review has to be verified before it appears on Prop Firm Match. Another important feature is the prop firm rules. You come to this page and you can find key rules across each prop firm, and you can scroll through, read, and compare. Here's a good example. You can see funded next. Here are some of the key rules. Copy trading is not allowed. Use of EA, ETC is not allowed. So you get to understand the rules at a glance before you decide which kind of company you want to go for. And finally, we do have the offers. Most of you are always looking for a prop firm that has offers or discounts. And if you come to this page, you get a list of all prop firms and the discounts available. You can only find all this information on Prop Firm Match. I'll have the links in the video description. Be sure to give a visit. Otherwise, let's get back into the video. So let's start with the trade breakdown, then I'll show you some of my accounts. This setup happened on 20th January. That's on Monday. So I'll start by deleting everything. Then we head to the daily time frame. Also, I did a video recently predicting my 2025 market direction, which is here. I think it's the last video. I talked about CADJPY, UJ, and other markets, and I'm still applying the same analysis at the moment. For CADJPY, I told you this market might be bullish for a significant period of time until it breaks this high. However, I still told you we need it to trade at least above this level, which is here, for us to gain further confidence. But my bias is still bullish. I'm not overly bearish on this market, so I'm still confident looking for buy setups as compared to looking for sells. So in terms of direction, that's clear. Next thing, I need my daily bias to come into place. I've told you already, before I take a buy setup, if I'm bullish in that market, the previous day must at least give me a bullish candle. So by Monday, the previous day was Friday, and the candle was bullish. So after seeing that, I'm interested in the following day to look for potential setups. The calendar must be clean, because if we have high impact news that can affect my trades badly, I'd rather not be in the market. So on Monday, we did have Trump being sworn in, and according to the economic calendar, you can see it was a red folder news, meaning we expect high impact. Now, about 2 months ago, when we had the US election, there was a lot of uncertainty, because during the election, you still don't know which candidate will win. And that's why it was wise for you to avoid trading during the election period until you see who wins the election. But you see, this is basically swearing in. So it's not like we have uncertainty. We already know who the president is. He's just being being sworn in to officially take office. So we don't expect anything new in the market because already it's been known from 2 months ago Trump is the president. So that being said, as much as it was high impact news, I didn't consider it to be that bad of a day for me to execute if I find my valid setup. Now going back to the chart on the lower time frame, 15 minutes, my day starts at about 6 a.m. That's when I'm interested in the charts. And as I start my day, there are a couple of things I'm looking for. Since I want to go long, if the market had been buying, we must have a pullback before I can look for my next opportunity. Now if you check the previous day, the market did this impulsive move, and by Monday 6 a.m. we had just done this retracement. So that means if I find any confirmation, I'm confident because the pullback has already happened. But as I've told you before, if I wake up in the morning and I find my confirmation up here, assuming this market didn't do a pullback, I can't take such a setup. After spotting the pullback, just further to the left, you can mark here and notice that we had some touches, and this is basically a level of support resistance. Now I've marked this from the 15 minute, but I only used levels from the higher time frame. So if you come here, you notice we have price touches 1, 2, 3, 4. So that means the next time price comes here, this might be a valid level of support resistance. I've marked the level with the 15 minute just to show you context, but if you take the same level and we go on a higher time frame like the 4 hour, you will notice the level had worked for a long period of time. So it wasn't just a support level on the 15 minute, this level had worked for months. So here it is, price came here and we had a couple of bounces, 1, 2. Keep in mind we just need at least 3 touches on a higher time frame. Scroll backwards and I can see a couple more price touches here. So long story short, this level was a key support resistance level from the higher time frame as well. That is the only reason we have confidence to execute at that level on the lower time frame. So on the M15, when price comes back here on Monday, we want to see how it's going to react. Now basic price action tells us when price touched this level, we had a wick, and we know this wick signifies that these sellers are being rejected. Also, you can see the size of the candles. Sellers are starting to have smaller body candles, meaning we are having less selling pressure in this market, which is a good sign because you want to go long. Remember that. Next thing that gives me confidence is I like to look for my W patterns. We had these sellers, buyers, sellers, and we had these buyers who should go and close above this neckline. The W pattern is never perfect. What matters is you understand the rhythm of price, and whenever you see this, it just means the sellers are getting weak and the buyers are trying to overpower them, which is a great confirmation. Come and mark the neckline of the W pattern. We wait for price to come and retest. The next candle retested at exactly 8 a.m. So before I take my setup at 8, I want to check the previous 1 hour candle just to get further confirmation that we have bulls in this market. So the 1 hour candle between 7 to 8 on Monday is here and it was completely bullish. So these are signs that buyers are in this market. If I check my position, I expect it to go to my direction most of the time. Come back to the lower time frame, go to where the retest happened, going to delete this, and when price comes back to the neckline, which is about this point, I execute. Have my stop loss of 15 and my TP of 45. Next thing is to wait, see how the trade will play out. Eventually, it went to my direction and hit my take profit. As much as this trade worked, as I've told you, I had a couple of challenges. Here's the first one. Whenever my trade moves 20 pips to my direction, I set my stop loss to break even. Now this trade moved over 20 pips. In fact, it did about 27, 28 pips. Then it started coming back down to my break even. Now, if we go there and we zoom in, you'll notice price didn't touch my break even. It just came close, but it did not necessarily trigger my break even line. So in my trading account, you would expect that this trade should not close because it didn't trigger the break even. However, that's where I had a little bit of an issue because I'm trading with different prop firms and not all prop firms have the same conditions. In fact, 8 out of 10 brokers, when your trade comes this close to your break even or this close to your stop loss, it will automatically trigger the stop loss because of spread. So according to my system, the break even wasn't triggered. So this trade should have just come close to break even and reversed to my direction. And unfortunately, out of all my prop firm accounts, only one account was able to survive this spread, and that's the account with the 5%ers. But in the remaining accounts across different prop firms, they all close at break even. So I was actually looking at my chart and being excited that the trade didn't close at break even. But when it hit TP, it's when I came back to my MT5 and I noticed the 5ers had hit my take profit, but all other accounts had been wiped out at break even, which tells you again that the 5%ers has one of the best trading conditions. I think we've seen this from the prop firm March test, where it ranks #1 in the whole industry in terms of trading conditions. So the trade came closed with about 0.2 pips, literally. But the spread on the fivers did not close me out. So on the fivers, I was able to return about 2.8% on this trade because I was risking about 1%. But on other accounts, I closed at break even, so I didn't make any profit on the rest. And as much as it hurts a little, I can't complain much because my account with the fivers had gone to a big drawdown in phase 2. I had gone to about a negative 5% drawdown, but I've been able to recover. Now I'm at negative 1.8% drawdown, which is very manageable. As I told you, I finished October with about 3 losses in a row, and I think I had started to get overconfident. So in some trades, instead of risking 1%, I increased my risk. Here's a good example. In October 7th, I increased my risk and I lost about 1.8% in a trade, close to a 2% risk. Same thing here, I lost about 1.2% instead of 1. However, you can see it was just a 3-trade losing streak. 1, 2, 3. So you don't count these trades here because these are 0.01 lot sizes, which I just opened to make sure the account is active. So I've just refreshed the page. You can see now I'm at 2 out of 3 profitable days. Once I'm back up, achieving 5% shouldn't be that difficult. I'll show you one of my funded next accounts as well. It's basically at starting balance. I've lost only about 0.4%, 0.5% in this account. So the problem with risking high, then it comes at break even. With just 2 or 3 pips spread, you still lose some money on it. I also mentioned to you I'm trying to incorporate different trading approaches because a company like Funded Next, for example, I have about 4 accounts here. 3 of them are funded, but it's becoming difficult to manage all accounts simply because they no longer allow copy trading. So you simply can't take the same trade across all accounts. Even if I find a nice setup, I can't take it across all my 50k accounts. That becomes a breach of their rules. And this wasn't applying last year. So last year I could take the same trade across all my accounts at the same time. But this is a new rule which has come up, I think, just this year. I also talked to their support and you can see they confirm the same thing. I can't use the same trading style across all accounts. And that means I might have to either have more than one strategy, or I might have the same strategy but each account trades different pairs, which I think is the easiest to implement. So for example, account 1 could be trading CADJPY and CADJPY, and account 2 could be trading maybe 1 or 2 other pairs that are profitable according to my data. So these are some of the challenges you face in prop firms, things that you don't see coming which affect you, but either way we have to maneuver. This year the goal is to scale across different firms so that when one firm has unfavorable rules or one firm has any issues, you still have capital across a company. Also check out our trading community. The links will be in the video description. If you want to learn from a professional trader who has proven results, learn how to build your edge, learn how to develop a proven model and have real results in the market. As I come to an end, I'll mention about the giveaway. We have about 4 days left. This giveaway is in partnership with Prop Firm Match, and we have 3 $12,000 challenges with Funded Trading Plus. So depending on when you're seeing this video, the giveaway might be already over, but I've been posting it on my socials, I think almost every day. Already we have a number of people who've participated, and once the countdown ends, I'll also announce the winners. So stay alert. I'll announce the winners on the Instagram, Telegram, and also on my YouTube community. How you participate is very simple. You click the link in the video description and you see we have a couple of things that you need to do here. Make sure you're following this Discord server, you visit the website, you follow these on X as well, and on a daily basis you can always come and visit the website again. And the more you visit, the more points you get. So after the countdown ends, the 3 participants with the highest points are the ones who will win the giveaway. Otherwise, that's it for this video, guys. See you next time.